Hi guys, this is Niki and today I have a layout for Hip Kit Club. I'm using the December kits, so I have the main kit, the Pocket Life kit, the embellishment kit, and the colour kit as well. And my assignment today is to be inspired by the mood board, which is very mint. It contains lots of interesting things, and I've also used a cut file as well. So I've used the Christmas tree, which is from the November downloads. I've cut it in white, and I decided to go for instead of the mint on the mood board, there's also pink and gold. So I decided to go for the pink and gold colour scheme rather than the mint, basically ignoring the mint completely, of which it's the majority, is the main colour on the mood board is the mint. But I'm going to ignore that and go for the other two colours, which is pink and gold and white. So I've cut my cut file in white, and I thought I would change it to pink. So I'm using the Lindy's Magical in pink to paint my cut file. So I've literally just mixed a small amount of the powder with some water on a craft sheet, and then I'm using my paintbrush to colour in the cut file there. So you really don't need much water with these powders. They're highly pigmented, and you just need a small amount of water to turn them into a paint, and they're fabulous. You know, the more you mix, the more dark and rich or intense the colour is, the less powder you have, the lighter you have. So I wanted something somewhere in the middle. So I have a nice, decent pink colour for my cut file. So so I'm just finishing off painting that, and I'm going to set it aside to dry, and then off camera I back it with some pieces of pattern paper. So the basket at the bottom and the star at the top have both been backed with that lovely diagonal plaid pattern, which is actually on the backing sheets of a lot of the ephemera in this month's kit. So I've utilised those and used that on the top and the bottom, so the basket and the star. And then I've used one of the pattern papers, one of the Snowflake collection pattern papers, the one that's light pink with kind of leaves on it, and I've backed the whole tree in that. I didn't do the baubles, the ornaments. I have left those blank, but I've just backfilled the whole tree in that pattern. So I'm totally in love with that pink plaid paper from the kit, but I've used it before. I was desperate to use it again, but I thought, I shouldn't do another one with the full background in that colour because I've already done one. So I decided to go for use it around the edge. So I've just gone for pink around the edge and a white background. I've distressed the edges of the background, and all good. I have got a couple of torn pieces of paper from a previous layout that didn't really work, so I've still got them. So I've just put those across my layout to see what they look like. They're the same piece of paper actually. It's a Snowflake paper, and it has gold stars on one side and pink with dots on the other side, but actually I don't end up using them at all. They come off in a minute. I really loved that journaling card you can see there behind my photo. So it's the long journaling card with the pink circle at the top and grey stripes. I totally loved that. I thought it was such a pretty card, and I really wanted to use that, and it went nicely with the colour scheme that I was going for. So I lost the two bits of pattern paper, and I'm focusing more on that journaling card, making sure that I can get that in and showcase that. Okay, so you can see there I've struggled a bit with the mood board. So you can see on the left of my layout there I have a whole list of items, of things that I could pick out for the mood board, and that I kept referring to that throughout the layout because I struggled slightly. So one of the items on there is frames. So I'm looking right now at different frames that I can use, and I initially pulled out some mint bits because I thought I might be able to use some mint pieces on this layout, but it wasn't looking right. I preferred the pink, the gold and the white. That's what I went for, and I sort of lost all the mint bits. But yeah, we can see my list there: mint, pink, gold and white, and then I've got jars there, time, circles because the clock on there is a circle, frames, bows. So all of those, lots of those things I have managed to incorporate into this layout. Oh, there's also some flowers or plants. So I thought I would use some flowers. So yeah, I managed to incorporate quite a few things from the mood board, even though when you look at the mood board and then you look at my layout, they don't necessarily scream inspired by the mood board. But it definitely is. Okay, so you can see that I've just kind of layered everything onto my layout. I'm really just playing around at this point, figuring out what I want, where I want everything to go. I'll just put a bow on top of the star there. That's to go along with the bows on the mood board. Yeah, so I'm just playing, really just trying to arrange, trying to decide where I want everything to go. And as soon as I'm happy with everything, which I pretty much am at this point, I get it all stuck in place. So the video will jump in a minute and magic, everything is stuck. Because I kind of get to this point and I'm like, oh, nothing is stuck. The whole lot needs to come off in order to be stuck down. So I'm just mounting my photo on a journaling card. It's a light pink one that goes with my colour scheme, and distressing the edges of that. I also distress the edges of the big journaling card as well, and all the little tickets that I've got in there too. So magic, everything is now stuck down, and that cute little snowman as well. I've had to take him off the paper clip. I just couldn't quite make it work. So he's off the paper clip, and I'm going to stick him down with some glossy accents. On the crepe paper chipboard, there is this little banner, if you like, of stars. So I thought I would get those in. They're really cute. They're white with gold metallic trim. And then I wanted to bring in the gold from the mood board, and I decided to do that by using these crepe paper snowflake puffy phrase thickers. So my title is Stay Cozy. I'm cuddled up on the bed with my girl watching a film. We're having a girly movie night, just the girls. It was really nice. Yeah, we're just having a nice time. So that's what this layout is about. And of course, it's still Christmas time when we did this, so that's why I have the Christmas tree cut file. We weren't cold at all, because this is I feel this is a very wintry layout, but actually we're in Florida, so we weren't cold at all. We were nice and warm, but we were still all cozied up together in bed watching a movie. So the title went really well. So yeah, carrying on here, bringing in the gold. So I've added a few gold Christmas trees. I've added some gold frond branches. There's some leaves and things on the mood board, so I was bringing those in for that reason. I really like that giant snowflake, but it was a little bit giant for anywhere else on the layout, so I've kind of tucked it behind my photo so that it wasn't too overpowering. It's also another circle, which represents the circles on the mood board. So I've stuck a few vellum stars in place at the top there. I really fell in love with those. That pack of vellum stars from the main kits, really lovely. This is another product that I really love. This is the Faceted Gems, Say It in Crystals by Prima. I've used all of those on the baubles or the ornaments from the Christmas tree. So that worked really well. They just look perfect because they adorn the tree beautifully, and they were just the perfect size. I couldn't have done that if I tried. So it's just luck that the cut file was cut to the right size to fit those little crystals. So that was pretty good. They look great. I didn't stick my cut file down very well, so I'm just adding some extra adhesive behind the cut file to get all of those branches stuck down so that it doesn't lift off the page at a later date. Okay, so I'm nearly there, really. I'm just going to handwrite in my journaling, so just a few lines about what we were doing. I used a grey pen by, who is it? I can't remember. But it's a really lovely pen. I'll list it below. It's a nice fine 0.3, and it's great for journaling. So it's also slightly less harsh than black. Oh, look, I'm going through my mood board list there to see what I've got in. So I've got frames and, I've lost the list now. So finally, just finishing off with some splatters. I just wanted to bring in a little bit more of the mixed media, so I'm just adding splatters, using the same Lindy's, just mixed with a tiny bit of water, and I've added splatters around the clusters. I realised at this point that I've forgotten to add my gold twiddles of thread, So I'm just going to come in and add those, just tuck them under all my embellishments there. So one over to the right, and then I'm going to add another one under the photo over on the left hand side as well. So this one I struggled to get right, it didn't look quite right, so I fiddled around a bit with the ends and cut them a bit. And then I move on to the next one that's just going to go behind my photo on the left there. There you go, just going in now. I really ought to add these before I add splatters because I always then smudge the splatters. Whoops, never mind. Okay, so yeah, pretty much done now. Yeah, all done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this layout and how it turned out. I wasn't sure about it when I first started, but I really love how it turns out. It's really soft and pretty. Okay, so you can find all the fabulous kits on the Hip Kit Club website along with the cut file I've used today. That was Nikki Rowland for Hip Kit Club. Happy scrapping!